Welcome back to part 3 of the Doomwaves Q&A video. I'm getting tired now. It's kind of late. It's after 2 in the morning, but I am committed to this and I will continue with the same amount of enthusiasm. Next question is another really loaded bunch of questions from my good buddy Crack Lotus, who asks, once again, very, very good questions, man. Thanks so much for these. He says, congratulations on the 300 subs. Love Q&A videos. Let's see. Number 1, yes, you like metal, but what are your top 3 or your favorite 3 punk or hardcore bands? This was actually really tough, too, because I actually used to really be into punk a lot when I was in high school. I kind of fell out of it, but and then I got into some more hardcore stuff a little later on. But there are a few bands that really stuck with me, and I don't know. This is a tough one to answer with just 3. I'd say the most influential, bands, punk or hardcore bands for me, probably be number 1 would probably be. I listen to a lot of AFI. I know that they're pretty poppy in their later albums, but their earlier albums, they're actually, I don't want to say earlier, I'll say middle of the road, like Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes, and like Black Sails in the Sunset, and the AFI EP were just really, really, really great, and I just loved them so much. Still love them to this day, and I like the later albums too. I didn't get the last couple. I think what was called like Crash Love or something like that. I just didn't get into that. And then December Underground, it had a couple of redeeming songs for me, but as a whole, I thought it was kind of a waste of time. But I love Sing the Sorrow. Actually, that's the first AFI album I actually heard, and I loved it. I'd also say Converge. Really great, man. I love Converge. And I'd say You Fail Me was probably their pinnacle album for me. I love it. And Jane Doe is really great too. But I'd say You Fail Me was probably my favorite. And I got You Fail Me at just the right time in my life, and it was just a really, really great album. And I'd also say I consider Fugazi, even though they're kind of post-hardcore, I don't know. But Fugazi and Minor Threat both. And you and I, Crack, have discussed these guys quite a bit in the past. And I'd say this album right here, The Argument, is arguably one of my very favorite albums of all time. And that's just a really great album. And I love Minor Threat too. The complete discography, the whole thing is fantastic. I like Bad Brains a lot too. I know they're not really the same at all, really, but I got into them around the same time, and I love, and they're both DC hardcore, so it's like, Bad Brains, Minor Threat. I kind of lump them in together, but I love both of them. Okay, next up, King Crimson or King Diamond. I never got into King Diamond, so definitely King Crimson. Red, man. Red. That's all I gotta say. That is the only Crimson album that I actually like a whole lot. I have In the Court of the Crimson King also. I just didn't get into it as much for some reason, and I envy the crap out of your King Crimson collection, man. Oh, man. So much good, but Red, man. Red is by far the best King Crimson. Fantastic album. Love it. Favorite Terry Gilliam, or Gilliam. I don't know how you say his name. I'll be honest, I had to IMDb this because the name just wasn't popping anything in here. And of the ones I've seen, hands down, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Love that movie. No idea why. No idea why, but it's a brilliant movie. One of my buddies in college made me watch that, and I tell you what, it was altering. It was a good movie. Okay, if money was not an issue, PS4 or Xbone, and why? Probably the Xbox, because of Halo. Halo and Titanfall. I want to play both of them, and I haven't heard of any PlayStation 4 exclusives that are must-haves for me. So I gotta go with the prospect of Halo, even though it hasn't been officially announced. It's gonna be on the Xbox, and Titanfall is going to be on the Xbox, and most other games that I'm excited about for next generation are multi-platform games. You know, like Wolfenstein New Order and Doom 4, if it ever decides to come out. I'm sure it'll be across both systems. So, you know, I gotta go with the Xbox. I know that's the unpopular opinion, at least with the kind of smaller circle here in the YouTube gaming community that we have going on. I know that's the unpopular opinion. You know, nobody that I know, and you know, in our close group here wants an Xbox, but I do. Can't deny it. And what handheld game is more addictive, Rune Factory or Etrian Odyssey? It's a very, very good question. I would probably venture to say, I don't know, probably Etrian Odyssey, simply because at least like with I've never played the last Rune. Actually, I've never played any of the Rune Factory games besides the first one, and I love it. I love the first one so much, but it's pretty slow moving. I go in kind of spurts with it anymore. You know, I'll go and I'll play like 10 hours worth of it, seems like, and then I'll put it down for a really long time. It just doesn't look like I'm going to be beating it anytime soon, which is kind of, you know, daunting. Whereas with Etrian Odyssey, I pretty much feel like I'm constantly moving forward. Even if I'm just grinding, I feel some sort of accomplishment when I'm grinding, and I feel like I'm moving forward. And sometimes with Rune Factory, just planting plants and harvesting crops and stuff, it gets a little bit stagnant from time to time. But both games, for me, are extraordinarily addicting and just wonderful games. I absolutely love both series. And I can't wait to try Rune Factory 4 and also Etrian Odyssey 4, because I haven't played either one of those as of yet. So once again, thank you so much, Crack Lotus. Really great questions. And moving on. That's not really a question, so we'll skip that. And that's not really a question either, but Bungo Bro commented he loved my Tool shirt, and all I've got to say to that is, I love it too. Oh. Okay, and now I'm actually on the video page looking at a couple of questions. McFly3077 says, congrats, man. Question time: was your favorite system to collect for? Your least favorite system you own? And finally, after 300 subs, what is the most important lesson you think you learned from fellow YouTubers? Okay, first off, favorite system to collect for? This is strange because I love the 3DS and the DS. I would say definitely probably those two, because I don't collect necessarily for the DS. I collect for the 3DS system, and it just so happens that it plays DS games. So 3DS and DS, but I would also say my favorite classic system to collect for is the Jaguar. And I know, McFly, you have almost a complete Jaguar collection, and that is awesome. I know that it's not a very popular system, but I really like getting Jaguar games, and I haven't gotten one in a really long time. And it's because they're so obscure. I mean, they're not just in stores, at least in my area. And I don't live anywhere close to anywhere that would have a Jaguar game, or even heard of a Jaguar, an Atari Jaguar. So, yeah. But yeah, I would say definitely 3DS, DS, and the Jaguar. We'll go with those. Okay, and next he said, your least favorite system you own? Already covered that. N64, man. Just, no, don't like the N64. And finally, after 300 subs, what is the most important lesson you think you learned from fellow YouTubers? Definitely, and something I think that as people that have YouTube channels that actually make videos, you can't sweat the small stuff. I mean, as petty as that sounds, I mean, it does get to you after a little bit. You know, if people are disliking your videos clearly for no reason, you know, if it's just like 1 or 2 dislikes, you know, granted, if it's like if your whole video is getting mostly dislikes, you're probably doing something that's pissing somebody off, and in which case, you know, it's probably not that good. But if you're getting just like a few random dislikes here and there, like, just don't sweat it. I mean, there are trolls, and there are always going to be trolls, and quite frankly, they're just people that don't matter. You know, mind over matter. I don't mind, and they don't matter. You know, that's really kind of what I try to take from a lot of people that I watch and stuff. And, you know, and a lot of like the more popular ones that I watch, they all have dislikes on their videos and stuff. You're not going to stop internet trolls. I mean, I don't understand what makes an internet troll tick. I don't get it. I don't have that in me. I don't think I've ever thumbs down a video, quite honestly. I mean, unless it was just like blatantly offensive or like bashing someone, you know, just blatantly just wrong. I've never thumbs down a video just because I didn't like it. And so I just don't get it. So if anything, just don't sweat the small stuff. I think that's probably the most important thing that I've learned from other people as well. And then last but not least, certainly last but not least, Pierce Jedi, my good buddy, actually just not that long ago, this evening, commented, said, 300 right on, hope I didn't miss the answers video. My questions are, how many video games do you own? Which game console is your favorite to collect for? Which newer game console, DVD media to current is your favorite? Include Dreamcast in this list, although it's technically uses CDs. Which classic game console cartridge to CD media is your favorite? Exclude Dreamcast because it outclassed all these other CD-based systems, and you're going to get an Xbox One so we can co-op the next Halo. Answer to number 5 is yes, I am. I'm going to do that at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but yes, I will have an Xbox One at some point. My brother-in-law has one right now, so chances are the next Halo game might come out before I have an Xbox One, in which case I'll just play it at his house, and we can co-op then. So going back to the top, how many video games do you own? I don't know an exact number, and this number that I'm going to give you is not necessarily a completely accurate figure because it excludes like puzzle games and stuff like that. But on my Backlog account, I kind of keep track of my collection and how many games I have, you know, for each system that I have, beaten and unbeaten and things like that. But I excluded like puzzle games like Tetris and my Atari 2600 games and games like that, you know, that I just, you know, are not really beatable. You know, I didn't put them on there. So my Backlog account says I have 461 games, and 359 of them are unbeaten. So that's a lot of unbeaten games. And this also includes like ROMs that I've played and beaten and things like that. So this is not like an extremely accurate number. We'll say right around the 460 mark. Because, like I said, there's games in there that I don't really own because they're ROMs, and there's also games that I've excluded from the list. So right around there somewhere. It's a good amount, I think. It's too many in the unbeaten category, that's for sure. But it is what it is. Most gamers have a backlog, unless you're a freak of nature like Aerodynamish, who just doesn't have a backlog ever. Yes, Mike, you are a freak of nature. That's okay. We like you anyway. What game console is your favorite to collect for? Just answered that, actually, in McFly's question. DS, 3DS, definitely my favorite. Which newer game console is your favorite? That's tough, actually, because as much as I absolutely adore the Xbox 360, I really like the PlayStation 3. I would say that the controller definitely goes to 360. I love the 360 controller more than the PS3 controller. But the PS3 is a great system. I love it. It's a good system. Can't deny it. So it's actually tough for me to say that, and I'm glad that you gave me the Dreamcast stipulation there, but it's not the Dreamcast. Which classic console is your favorite? I love my NES, the classic NES, and the Jaguar. Both of them. I have to say both again. NES definitely is a better system than the Jaguar. You know, tons of better games, and the Jaguar. I don't know. I just have this love for it that I can't explain. I'm an Atari fan at heart, so I don't know. I love the Jaguar. And then that's it. I think I've answered all those questions. So that is it. I'm very sorry if you are watching this and you wanted to ask a question and you didn't get a chance to. I really wasn't like extremely clear on when I would be doing the answers portion, and I just wanted to get it over with, just because I knew it would be kind of daunting, because there was a massive amount of questions and a lot of positive feedback and a lot of positive comments, and I really, really, really appreciate that. I honest to goodness, can't believe so many people are into my channel. So thank you so much for watching all of my videos, and of course this massive Q&A video. Hopefully you made it to the end of all 3 parts. You don't win a prize. You win a virtual high five. So there it is. The highest of 5s. The highest of 5s. That's what you get. The highest of 5s. That's it. Stay tuned for more content on the video, or on the channel in general. Hopefully, I mean, if you have any like suggestions, I mean, I'm open to suggestions. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but I'm always looking forward to doing videos, and I kind of like the way I have things set up. You know, like just kind of relaxed game discussions and pick up videos and things like that. You know, I'm not a very complex dude, I don't think, so I don't feel the need to make complex videos, because quite frankly, I'm lazy as crap. So, thanks for watching. Doomwaves out.